Ready about 1 minute, guys? Hello, anime, Alejandro. Let's get started. That was Pagan Fears by Mayhem. You want to get into black metal, Mayhem's one of those groups that you really got to get into. A lot of the big names are in that group. But do not, for the love of God, do not check out the movie Lords of Chaos. That film gets so much shit wrong. It's not even funny. You could sue that movie for slander with how inaccurate everything is. Where's get up? Okay. So I'm gonna track this. Welcome. Do it later. The game should be on the screen in just a second. If you guys can't see it, let me know.
Come to our family. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor.
I'll replay that cutscene again with the volume a little bit louder. I think it was a little bit soft for you guys. It's one of those games where the game tells you it's going to be bullshit, you know it's going to be good. Quests fail, they're supposed to be abandoned. When they die, they stay dead. Autosave, so actions are permanent. Thankfully, fresh souls are always available. Is Lord of Chaos to biopics what The Wired is to dead comedian biopics? I'd say it's close to Wired, and I'd also say Patch Adams kind of levels of crazy. Or because the way they do it is that, like, there's actions that happen a couple of months apart, but the way the story is told, it's as if it's only been like a couple of days apart, and then some things get twisted, get played up, which leads to some weird interpretations of the thing. The cinematic again for you guys. I think you guys can hear it.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial, gazing proudly from its stoic perch above the moor. I lived all my years in that ancient, rumor-shadowed manor, fattened by decadence and luxury. And yet I began to tire of conventional extravagance. Singular, unsettling tales suggested the mansion itself was a gateway to some fabulous and unnameable power. With relic and ritual, I bent every effort towards the excavation and recovery of those long-buried secrets, exhausting what remained of our family fortune on swarthy workmen and sturdy shovels. At last, in the salt-soaked crags beneath the lowest foundations, we unearthed that damnable portal of antediluvian evil. Our every step unsettled the ancient earth. But we were in a realm of death and madness. In the end, I alone fled laughing and wailing through those blackened arcades of antiquity. Until consciousness failed me. You remember our venerable house, opulent and imperial. It is a festering abomination. I beg you, return home, claim your birthright, and deliver our family from the ravenous, clutching shadows of the darkest dungeon.
Welcome, Sideshow Man. Welcome to the stream. Pick this one here. I have the DLC. We're gonna take out the Crimson Court. All this shit makes it way harder. Adding new bosses, new enemies. Just radiant. We're not, of course, not gonna get anywhere far in this game. Honestly, like, this art style is half the reason why I picked
along the
game.
old road. It winds with a troubling serpent-like suggestion through the corrupted countryside, leading only, I fear, to ever more tenebrous places. There is a sickness in the ancient pitted cobbles of the old road, and on its writhing path you will face viciousness, violence, and perhaps other damnably transcendent terrors. So steel yourself, and remember there can be no bravery without madness. The old road will take you to hell, but in that gaping abyss, we will find our redemption.
The art's great for this game. It's one thing I kind of... That's why I haven't... Part of why I haven't bought Part 2 yet, because Darkest Dungeon 2... It's CG modeled. Like, it doesn't look bad, but I just prefer the old hand-drawn look. I'm biased. I draw with pens, you guys know that. Click for click. Yeah, I like how you can actually use the keyboard and mouse, or you can use keyboard or the mouse. So in theory, you can play this game one-handed, so you can finally have something else in your hand while you do this. You know, like potato chips.
Brigands have run up these lanes. Keep to the side path. The hamlet is just ahead.
Okay, so Alejandro says this Friday through Sunday, primarily attending GalaxyCon, my second year being held in my city. So wait till next weekend to hear any convention stories. If you had convention stories ready before the convention, I'd be a little bit concerned.
Dispatch this thug in brutal fashion, that all may hear of your arrival.
As you can see here, there's 2 people here. You can have a party of 4, and it can be 4 before fights. So little red dots here kind of tell you where it's going to hit. Damage isn't a lot, but when your health isn't a lot either. You see how fast he goes down? Just like in Cyberpunk 2020, you can go down as fast as they can take you. So you can be like a level 8 guy, and you can die like a level 2 enemy. Click or press W.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption. Leave nothing unchecked. There is much to be found in forgotten places.
You can feel free to chat about anything, and when we get to the hamlet, I'll name you guys.
Message. The rightful owner has returned, and their kind is no longer welcome.
Oh, one thing, if you get this game, please get it on Steam for love of God. I have this on GOG, but what I didn't know is that past a certain point, I think about a year or 2 ago, they actually stopped updating it for GOG, so all the recent balance patches are still available in Steam's version. So my game is technically on a harder version than what you would be playing on Steam if you bought or updated the game. the other thing was there was a little studio called Mashed. They're the guys who do like the animation, the Secret Origins, like the Secret History of Sonic the Hedgehog, Secret Origins of Mario, Mortal Kombat, Harry Potter. But they actually had a parody of Scooby-Doo with Darkest Dungeon, and I liked how they animated it so well. I actually bothered to check out the game, and I saw the art style, and I bought it. I was skeptical because it's technically a roguelite. Like, it has a lot of the features roguelike has, but not all of them. That's all it really means. You're like a few short of a perfect list. And this game is incredibly unfair. It's an uphill battle, to say the least. It's an uphill battle with a weighted vest and lead shoes. But the game tells you from the beginning, the game cheats, so you shouldn't bother playing fair either. It's not like other ones where the game cheats, but it expects you to play with some kind of dignity. John Cleese, I guess, was somewhat confused by a Tom Baker Doctor Who shirt that I was wearing, despite him having a notable and memorable cameo in one of the Fourth Doctor's most beloved stories, The City of Death from '79. Maybe he doesn't remember. I hate to be that guy. Maybe he doesn't remember making that. Because sometimes there are just experiences that are just so fast that you don't remember them. Like with Meshuggah, I like the album Catch 33. They actually recorded it all in studio with programmed drums. But because they were able to program the drums, and they all even Jens, the singer, can play guitar. That's actually how he started Meshuggah. He was a guitarist before he became vocalist when they rebranded as Meshuggah. Everyone took turns writing guitar, drum parts, and recording together. That they finished the album in a couple of months, and they said it happened so fast we can't remember what the hell we did to make that album happen, but we made it happen. Okay, good. He's stunned. No. No.
Terrible vistas of emptiness reveal
State,
themselves.
there's a stop penalty. Any further damage, chance of killing. Healing up. Alright. I got a health kit. I can't use it mid-combat. Shit.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Take everything. Alright. Return. Okay, if you complete the requirements request, just hit the option to return to town. You don't need to return to starting room of a dungeon to exit. Thank God. Because some of those other games, you have to go all the way back. And in this game, dungeons can get pretty long. They have like some where it's like, oh, clear 50% of the rooms. Some are clear 100% of the rooms. Some are just kill 100% of the enemies. So some enemies don't have, some rooms don't have enemies, but they have traps that kill you instead. And this game, your body's gonna drop like cannon fodder. And sometimes you do get psychological ailments here. Like here, Mankind Hater, which means that if I got enemies that are human, I gotta do more damage. But here, if I have 150 stress, which is very easy in this game to get, I just eat rations. I've got no rations to eat.
Welcome
home. He's a stress eater.
Such as it is.
It's gonna be
this squalid hamlet, these corrupted lands. They are yours now.
It's gonna be a lot.
And you are bound to them.
Okay. So we get more heroes here. That's what I can do here. I can get more heroes.
Women and men, soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
I can upgrade the Stagecoach network. Okay. And you have to do these informations to get to not only grind to level up your enemies. Sorry, level up your teammates. You get up to 10 at most. You also have to upgrade, like, to get more connections, more abilities to get. You hear that? Like, it's locked. So I have to do more expeditions. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna name this after. Let me rename the heroes because you can do that. Let's do. No, I'm not gonna name you just yet. Okay, if he survives, I'll name it after you. Animate. If not, because I don't think it's fair to name it after you guys after people like low health and stressed out already. That's not fair. Not to me, I don't think. Give me the information. Oh, right click, right. I'll keep it dismiss. The content field, for some reason, when I see the Plague Doctor mask, I just think, Doctor. Mr. Sideshow says it. Okay. And Griffin, I'm sorry, not sorry. It's your PFP, bro. Okay, you guys see, okay, we got bleed debuff stats. That's a bit of stuff to work with here. I hope God Barry Boss remembers winning the great areas in anyone when I asked him to autograph my DVD I bought on Amazon just for him to sign. Animate says, I have issues with this type of game. I don't believe in acceptable losses. I must keep all units alive. Yeah, I actually, in most cases, I would agree with you, and that's why in my main campaign I haven't gotten very far, because I have 2 knights on a knight, and I have a rogue here that I actually have kept life since the beginning. So I'll sacrifice anyone but those 2. But again, the game gave me warning that if I don't play dirty or don't play to cut off losses, I'm not going to win. So the game gave me that warning, but the game told me to play fair, like Fire Emblem, but it cheats like this.
Your work begins.
I say, fuck it. Explore every region or kill all enemies. Let's explore all the ruins. Okay, how do we get more stuff here? Oh wait, I have to just... I forgot I have to add your man to the party when you first do this shit. There we go.
The cost of preparedness, measured now in gold, later in blood.
The worst part that, again, because you perma-die, you lose all of this shit. Let's go. 8 food at least? Alright. That just tells me that I take 16. Because 2 is typically better. It's 18. I can't count for shit. Oh, it'll be 2. If one character dies, I quit. Yeah, this game is pretty fun to watch other people play, but to play it yourself. Because the thing is, like, especially at the higher levels, you gotta learn how to... You gotta do lower level quests to keep the other characters to get level up higher for certain abilities and strats. Because there's nothing worse than upgrading all your characters than them just dying. I mean, imagine learning that when you first play, like, Fire Emblem on the Game Boy. Was it no VC last night or just something to do after Mafia 2? I went into VC for like 10 minutes and nobody showed up. Oh well, that's just how it is. Okay, we got a new unburned torch. Yeah, because with the darkness, it's more dark over time, but the torch clearly lets you relight it. I think your character Omni here. I thought I renamed you, bastard. What the fuck? I'm gonna rename you guys after. Shit. No, I'll get 4 new heroes, and we'll see how y'all do. And you can just wait.
In Radiance, may
keep the
we
light
find
up.
victory.
It's kind of irritating that you have to keep the light up, because if you don't, you can actually get more stressed out in certain cases. Alright, so for example, this character here would have to actually move up to the front to get any kind of hit, but rotating would count as your turn. So I'll move on here. I'll switch one character at a time. Alone again, naturally. Gets good stunned. Because sometimes you get lucky like that, and some games will just give you a good run and just rape you in the end. Like this.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
Okay, and the game's gonna end until I destroy all the bot. Oh, they changed that.
This expedition at least promises success.
Yeah, the problem is that treasures also take up your inventory, which is all that you get. As far as I'm aware, maybe because I haven't gotten far enough, I haven't found a way to expand my inventory. Fire Emblem 2, though, but with Fire Emblem's a little bit different. I think with Fire Emblem, it's because you can reload your save, it's possible. So it's a game where it's possible, therefore I should do it. I was like that when I first played it. I played it in my cousin's save file. I had everything fine. I forgot to bring an archer, and it was a level where every turn that passes, more gets covered in lava. I think it was Sacred Stones, by the way, one of the Fire Emblem I'm talking about. But use the shovel.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
But in this game, it auto-saves everything, so you kind of can't. You just have to, unfortunately, adapt to it. And that's the only reason, again, I give it the game. I don't hate the game as much. It tells you from the word go, we're gonna cheat, so it's survival of the fittest. Again, it's telling me to play like Fire Emblem, and this game cheats up a goddamn hill. Gotta get rid of him first. Because that guy can do so much damage, you'll see right now. What's up, Hammer? Okay. Let's go. Yeah, but typically with party characters, unless they're like super busted or just like the personality, I typically have two characters that will protect and other ones can die if I really need to let somebody go. But typically, if I can, I'll just keep everybody alive.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Yes, that's why you gotta do the poison ability.
Another one falls.
Yeah, in some games here, you just gotta wait for the dust to just
A
settle.
brilliant confluence of skill.
Lead stone was early?
Purpose.
I'm not sure if I like that. So you can heal off turns, the little black bars of stress. I don't know why you're so damn stressed out. We've just barely started. With Fire Emblem cheats, it's poor placement and soft memorization. Yep. Especially, yeah. But yeah, I think it's more so with memorization than the newer ones, the 3DS onwards. It was always a thing in the old ones too, but I think it's a bit more apparent in the new ones. At the same time, again, you can reload your saves. It's not the world's gonna end. Alright. Thankfully keeps track of the rooms you've already been in.
Wealth beyond measure.
2 foods, alright, let's do this.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
They're full health, okay, I can feed him. Not gonna lie, this is, I think, so far one of the smoothest. So far, it's been one of the smoothest plays I've ever had in a dungeon. I know it's the beginning of the game, just to put into context how fucked up this game can get. Out of the McBride mechanic in the 3 houses, exactly. But with RPGs, unless you, again, if you're making them, I mean, Hammer already knows he's doing one here. You gotta be very careful with balancing, because it's very easy to introduce a fix that just breaks your fucking game. Way of roads of like or light.
Quickly the tide turns.
So, this is the way of the roads of like or light. It matters not.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
0! I like the permanent Fire Emblem. I was able to play it, not playing it myself. Yeah, that's why I don't do the fucking Nuzlocke challenges. That's why I never do that shit. Alright. He dodged it, the bastard. Only a 1 health point at a time. Yay. I know there are some DLC for custom classes on Steam. I just gotta find a way to get those files off the workshop, even though I don't have it on Steam to add them here. Oh, one more thing, the mashed. If you have the exact same setup, I think it's a knight. It's knight. This one is rogue. No, it's knight. It's knight, rogue. The fighter with the dog, and there's one more character I need. If you have that one set up, you actually get the achievement of those meddling kids. Yes, the devs actually put it in as a response to that particular video. I think you guys check out the video of the Christian theme park, but I'll land out in our Discord chat. Yeah, I'll check it out later. I don't want to, you know, have like epic darkest dungeon energies here. This is the world's only Christian theme park here in Florida. It's like, what a whiplash. People are dying, they're bleeding, and you hear the sound of people like screaming in excitement on a roller coaster. This one is called May Ye Have Faith. There's a 50-50 chance your seatbelt won't lock.
Press this advantage.
Yeah, that move only hits in that particular position. So I'm gonna try to stabby.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I don't gotta shovel away. I just use a shovel because sometimes you have those little traps that poison you and you're bleeding and shit, and that's like never fun. Alright, yeah, you can't use your heal turns out of combat. It's like Pokemons, you know? But a lot more brutal. And I don't mean those scary ROM hacks. Limited classic mode and Fire are much fun. They have to pull out the best of the worst luck known to man. And Alejandra then says, I don't know which defunct Florida theme park was weirder. The Holy Land Experience of Sigma or Splendid China, which is basically a gigantic center promoting Chinese service operated by the CCP in the US. I'm gonna say Holy Land Experience. Because think about it. Actually, let me ask you, when did that Splendid China come out? Because it came out in the 90s. Then you could argue there was this foreign interest, or what they would call it, Orientalism, I guess, towards China, which makes sense. The same way how there was arguably that towards Japan in the 90s, especially with the fear that they want to overtake the economy, the world economy, and they were on track. If Japan did not bail out those zombie businesses that kept on dying, they probably could have overtaken America's economy. Not for very long, I'd say maybe only a couple of years, because the global housing crash. And I'm gonna have him disable it. Did I click the wrong button? I think I clicked the wrong button. Fuck. So you have to click so that you can disable those traps. And unfortunately, I paid the price with fucking health damage. I am so upset I didn't disarm that properly. And you get stressed from walking too, which is the annoying thing. Because those traits you see that I get at the end of battles, you can actually get the mid-battle, and if you get the mid-battle, they're way fucking worse. Like Kleptomania, where you steal from your teammates, or like Bloodlust, where you it will force you to switch up to turn orders so you can get the hit first. There was one about where like they get abusive, they start shouting at each other, and it makes everyone else's stress rise up, and once the stress gets rolling, it's a fucking domino effect into a nuclear atom bomb. Oh yeah, sometimes you get more hidden rooms that you didn't expect. Like, here's the end, but we have to do this room first. Splendid China existed from 1993 to 03. Yep, that just taking advantage of tourism. So yeah, in that context, I'm having to say that Holy Land Experience is probably weirder. You say all you want about the evangelicals, but the evangelicals in America were like a tiny percentage of the population. Yet they were always on television. I gotta... Okay, we can use the food right away. I'm not gonna bring those busts back with me, that's not worth it. Yeah, you have to actually pick and choose what you want to keep, that's the annoying thing.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
So look at this. Eat 4 food and regain 5% of your health, or you can eat nothing and take 20% damage and stress. So in this case, we have enough food, more than enough food. But imagine if you're on a playthrough and you just run out of food to heal your character. Back up. Oh yeah, and backing up will actually cause you to get stressed too. See, everything in this game is designed to literally freak you the fuck out. Alright, last room. What's this here? A trap's there, there's a curio. We don't need the curio. Just in case. Splendid splendor and sequential motion of any other what would let the word in standard lexicon. We will eventually and get you a slightly different application. Okay, I don't expect to see the medic fall here, that's my guess. Let's go! Who's gonna fight himself without getting a bit stressed? Mike Tyson probably. He's like, I'm gonna knock the fuck out of you. Hungry? So when I drink that beer afterwards, I would get more fucked up. Damn it. I gotta play carefully. We got a 4K, we got lucky with that. Critical mod? Nah. He's unholy, right? Unholy. Blessed Sigma. Stabby, stabby. Let's go. You probably could do a Chinese theme park based on Journey to the West. You probably could. Like, I mean, you could probably do like 4 parks because it's like 4 main Chinese books. Like All Men Are Brothers, Journey to the West, like the Golden Plum Vase. There's one more I'm forgetting because there's like 7 books technically, but there's 4 that are in like the classic era of Chinese history. So you could take Journey to the West and 3 or 4 of the other ones, and you'd have a 4-section theme park. That would be great. That's more time, I guess, for his specific character.
Ears, blurred vision. The end approaches.
Can we heal the party? Let's do it. Ah, come on. Oh shit, the doctor might be going down. Fuck. Yeah, the game's really, you're gonna start to see the game really become a big asshole cheater. Let's get him off the edge. Because yeah, we don't need a guy shooting his crossbow. I just realized that. Oh yeah. Start beefing. Oh, she's stunned. Oh shit. Try the BBC version if you can't those boomer Gen X dollars and pounds. The royalty fees for that would be expensive, but it can be done. Especially since that's basically, for a lot of people to this day, the definitive version of the show. I mean, Akira Toriyama took inspiration from that to make Dragon Ball, as well as the other Hong Kong films before Bruce Lee stepped to the spotlight.
The way is lit. The path is clear.
Oh shit,
We
wrong one.
require only the strength to follow it.
8? Holy shit. I gotta stun this guy here. I don't trust him. But the beauty about it is that because it's a public domain story and it's been reinterpreted so many times, you can do any interpretation you want. Like the Wukong interpretation is a dark fantasy version interpretation of it, but there was another one I saw that was gritty, that online, that it was a painting, and the funny thing about it is that it was gritty, but it didn't feel like Wukong. It was like bloody, it was gritty, but they still use like the traditional vibrant Chinese colors as opposed to all, you know, the blues and the blacks and the grays that the Souls-like love to do. So yeah, so you, in theory, you could have 4 sections, like a typical, like, here's like basic China human village, here's more fantasy China, here's the crazy nature fantasy, and then the back, like the dark forbidden stuff. We could probably have like all like the bars and everything, you know, because little kids would probably be terrified of that. Please. Oh, it didn't bleed. Shit. If it got popular, you should have a Dragon Ball section like how Universal has a Minions section. That would be interesting to do. I would say do it as a limited time of thing every year, especially in May, because May is Gogatsu, and the 9th is pronounced Ku if you read it by itself, or Q. So if you read it as Goku. And in Japan, May 9th is Goku Day. They have all these Goku stuff they sell the day of, and the day after is a discount. Boosh, he's gone. Oh yeah, good resistance against that. I think if you dealt the one, it would have been perfect. You point on the Japanese half of Monkey. It's just so nuts. It's called Journey to the West, and what is it called when they do the English translation? Monkey. And that's the one that forever preserved that book in the English language. That's so weird to think about. All you will just forever just think of Master Oogway when he looks at Monkey. He just says, Monkey. Like, it's the only way I can read the title and have it still feel mystical. Yeah, May 10th. Yeah, I would do Goku. I would do a Goku thing or Dragon Ball thing, like maybe certain events, certain times of the year, because if you make a Goku park all year round, it's gonna lose the novelty of it. I know it's $1 million IP, but realistically speaking, how many Latinos do you think are gonna come to see Goku at a theme park that's open year round? How many people are gonna come from around the world to see a Goku event that only happens maybe, let's say, 5 times a year, like once every 2 months? You're gonna get a lot more tourism during those days. You can prep for that shit easier. Like how Disney, whenever they have like every 5 years their anniversary. Because right now it's like the 70th anniversary of Disneyland, I think. It's like 65. The park in Japan that has based off of movies and shows? Fuji-Q. Fuji-Q is basically like the Japan's answer to Disney Sea, which is also action rides. Like when I went there, they had an Evangelion exhibit. You could walk into a room where they have like the famous scene where Shinji's like on the dock. Little Gendo looks down at Shinji on the dock, and you actually are on that replica of the dock with, at least from the torso up, a life-size replica of the Eva 101. You can actually go to, but when they have them in availability, you could buy fake nerve IDs. They take your picture and they would put your picture in it with a fake number, fake code, feel like you're an employee. You could buy Evangelion themed crates, books. I actually have a picture of like how they built those replica scale Evangelion, the schematics and everything. They sold that. They also have other movies based on other rides. Like they have a Thomas the Tank Engine section to that park because it's just so damn popular there. I think they added a Paw Patrol one for the kids recently. They have their own version of Sentai that does like these stunts live, like Spider-Man used to do at Universal.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
There's probably a way I can get the treasure without having to leave back. But in Mexico City, oh, that would be funny, bro. But you know what would be hilarious, dude? If they built like a copy of Planet Vegeta and all that stuff. But then they have like a section that looks like the Aztec temples, and they have like the Goku with like the Broly. Cause you know, classic Broly had like the torso with the pink scarf and everything. It's not a scarf, but you know, I'm forgetting my words right now. Ascot? Is it an ascot? You know, it's a cloth wrap. Just modify it a bit to look more like an Aztec kind of build, and you probably will get a lot of cool tourists. I don't think Postman Pants is popular. Oh shit. Less healthy, get more damage. Oh fuck. Postman Pants is too popular in Japan. But weirdly enough,
Banners fly, and the corpse wagons stand at the ready.
But weirdly
The
enough,
circus has come to town.
that game. Weirdly enough, though, Shaun the Sheep is wicked popular here. Like, you can go head to head with the Minions with how popular it is. Well concerned. I can't read shit. Okay, I didn't install that shit. Now what we can do here, I can get more heroes.
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
Alright, let's do here. Let's rename these fuckers. I have to put enter, don't I? Okay, saved it. Alright. We hear this one. How much time is the health? Nah. Forget one with the dog. I'll change the names around. Who else be lurking in my chat, man? There's gotta be someone. We'll keep Remo the same. Alright. We can go here, see the memoirs here.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
So you can actually just... There's a lot of quests you see here. And it's actually the first darkest dungeon. And you gotta beat the campaign, get all of the cutscenes. So, yeah, this is gonna take fucking eons to do. Anyone who's died will show up
will
here.
End up here, covered in the poisoned earth.
So certain
awaiting
heroes...
merciful oblivion.
So this priest guy will actually take one of your spots
The
to make it harder
cobwebs
to
have
heal.
been dusted, the pews set straight.
So you have any
The
like
abbey calls to the faithful.
so any mental afflictions they've got that can be done through penance, transept, cloister. There is a brothel, we can do that, but only certain characters will go to certain places. So like if Hammer here is heroic, he's not gonna want to go in the brothel, but he might go, you know, into let's say the cloister or the penance off with flagellation. But sometimes it's easier, you know, take a teammate right here and just let them go. You can just dismiss them if they're too much to heal or whatever. So it's not like they can just die. That you can cast them aside on your own terms. But that's the thing; it's on your own terms, and that's why I don't hate it so
Fresh
much.
kegs, cards, and curtained rooms promise solace to the weary and broken alike.
So here it's a case of bar, gambling hall. Yeah, but again, you got to keep the characters' personalities in mind. I want to take Sideshow, Omni, Alejandro, and Brimble. Let's see how we do in this next quest. I don't think you're all gonna make it, but with a chance. You got all the enemies though. All the regions. What? I was born for this. Okay, so we have to do a couple more of these side ones, I guess. Okay, we did the one right. Just kind of irritates this kind of tweets over and over again. So 9% of the rooms. Okay. So it's this one here. Let's switch you guys around. Let's put one here. I'm gonna... Let's go. It's gonna be interesting. Like, they're not telling me much. But like, you just gotta make do with this. Like, where can I buy more food? Wait, let me go back. Let me go back. The Shimo stream is dating. Wait. Okay, shut for our items.
Trinkets and charms, gathered from all the forgotten corners of the earth.
I have a side menu here which I do like. I'm trying to see like how I can get more food. It's been a while I've done this. This probably is another. We're gonna have to raw dog this. Quest involves camping. Camping involves firewood. Firewood's given automatically. Gotcha. Oh, I'm sorry. This is what I have to buy. How do I had it backwards? Blech. And what does this do again? Okay, I mean the key. Oh, okay, it's unlock doors. Okay, have some room. Bob the Builder? Bob was big here. The original stop motion series, yeah, that was a classic. The Clankers? Bruh. Clankers, the kids from the UK? Nah. To be fair, I'll put it this way, it's my first time ever hearing of the Clankers. Like, we've had more exposure to bananas and pajamas than we had the Clankers, bro.
The fiends must be driven back. And what better place to begin than the seat of our noble line?
Oh yeah. Let me shuffle this around. Because this guy, Cultist is best in this spot. Let's move him. Alright. But that back puts all Rainbow, Orville, and Cuddles. Yeah. What did I do to myself? Oh god. Wheel tactician, what does that do? Weld? Wield? Jesus, take the wield. I don't know.
Even the cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Oh, that's right, we're hacking into children's programming. Okay. It was like Adamant Studio, like Hacks Cartoon Network or something like that. Oh no, oh no. Time to go up Schitt's Creek, let's go.
Another one falls.
Teletubbies was a Nick Jr. show here in the US. Teletubbies was also on PBS with Little Teddy's Workshop. Oh, pick a move, right? I have to. That's probably important. I'm trying to see.
Back to the
Yeah,
pit.
the weird thing about the occult is that he has a good occult range, but his melee attacks are wicked powerful. So he's basically the guy you want to keep in these two spots. So you kind of learn, unfortunately, that some characters have to be in certain spots, which is why you need to keep your whole party alive. Because, for example, the Rifleman with the crossbow gun I killed earlier, the Rifleman and the Archer, they both exist in this back position here. If they are not in this back position, they're as good as useless. Here you can get some damage here, this is where they succeed. But the worst part of that, let's pretend my main character, like one of these guys here dies. The entire lineup shifts forward. So if your Rifleman is the last man standing, he can't do shit, or she can't do shit, whichever character model you get. There we go. Ah, shit. Also, wait, Danger Mouse was shown in the US, but way before the time, also on Blossom. I don't know, I think it was called Sprout, not Blossom, but yeah, I know what you mean. Multi-chiller programming, targets a lot with the spacing, that's why I like the Leopard. And the Leopard is the one that's like, you first getting like, he's trash, and then you figure out how he works, and it's just, oh my god, don't you dare die on me.
Be gone, fiend.
Be gone, thought! Throws her off the cliff.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
I'm gonna have to leave this behind. I don't take these kind of things. Sprout run by, I want to say it was Nickelodeon. I don't think it was Nickelodeon on its own, but the programming on that was very similar to the Nick Jr. block. I think it was a separate channel. Noggin was 24/7. Yeah. Your strategy need to be weak before you can understand strength. Pretty much. Yeah, like the philosophy behind this game is embedded in the gameplay. It's not like, oh, it's grimdark, everything dies, and you just become the most overpowered Chad. Like, that's what I like about this game. Like, it's like it's how do I put it? Again, it's the Souls formula in a format that I like it and I get it. I mean, honestly, God, I tried playing Neo last night for 10 minutes. I got like the third prayer tower, and I was like, yeah, I'm done with it for today. Because I was playing with keyboard and mouse, and the game's like, lock on with the X key. I'm like, I'm on keyboard and mouse. Why are you giving me Xbox controller inputs?
Confidence
I would rather just them not give me the keyboard and mouse to play with the controller alert, like the Ninja Gaiden collection, than to tell me, yeah, you use keyboard and mouse, and then you don't give me the layout support. What the fuck? Maybe I'm spoiled by Mortal Kombat actually switching between Xbox and PlayStation and keyboard inputs when I switch my controller.
Another abomination.
We're doing really good, and that means hard to confirm me. We're gonna jinx this shit. To the weebs. Okay. Sprout was Cartoon Network, then Noggin was Nick Jr. That makes sense. I can't get him. I have to just... You can skip a turn, but it does cause stress. So it's better to just use everybody. Oh shit, he's bleeding. As you can see here, he's not going to be able to attack us. Assuming I don't kill him.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
Those with a dope-ass art style try to emulate? Wait, the Darkest Dungeon art style, or are we talking about the Danger Mouse art style? Indeed,
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
I'll talk about tolerant television while you play this. I was expecting to have the religion conversation, because if you get the... Which one was it? Was it the priest character? Oh, that's the thing. That's the fucking... The wailed.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles. Paid for with blood.
I forgot to disable that shit, damn it. Always forget how to disable crap. It just said on the screen how to do it last time. Yeah, the Darkest Dungeon art style is this annoying mix of, you have those like Western cartoony proportions, and it has the right amount of like medieval gothicism. But the hard part is if you're looking at the line art or the color separately. If you look at Darkest Dungeon in black and white, you see like 40% of your picture is just this pure black and white shading. It's closer to comic book art style than actual gothic. But the color scheme they pick is how you would kind of see like a gothic kind of painting. A simple, like the very simple ones you would get in old school books. So you kind of have to fight against two different instincts. More detail versus less detail. And I say that as someone who's actually drawn this Plague Doctor here. Universal Kids now? PBS owns Sprout originally? Oh, I did not know that. And now PBS is gone, right? Or is it not defunct just quite yet? Like, has like a time on it? I know it's been defunded. Because unfortunately, not to get too much of it, too many politics for a public broadcast that anybody can broadcast. They played a lot of politics.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive.
Animate, no! Oh yeah, order staggered, that's not good. You must kill papyrus now! Stop! The comic book was Hellboy. Oh, Vic Mignogna? Yeah, that's very easy. Yeah, it's like Vic Mignogna, yeah. Except Vic Mignogna has a bit more... Sorry, Mike Mignola. Shit, why am I saying Vic Mignogna? It's Mike Mignola! I hear the M-I-G and my brain's like, we know who this is. We're gonna ignore everything else. We hear the MIG. M-I-G, we just know we know the guy. We don't care who, we just know the guy. It's not how it's supposed to work, brain. PB is not a timer. Okay, gotcha. And Mike Mignola he's more like 50% black and white, because he has a much stronger use of contrast compared to this. Like, I think it's one of the characters we'll get, and he'll have a much stronger sense of contrast. Okay. Yeah, him being like one spot off his, like, you saw he went from like 8 damage to like 4. But I gotta make one of you guys stagger, because there's no way it's not gonna work. I'm gonna switch guys around. Alright. Okay, it works. There we go. Remake Doctor Who rerun, you're simply forgiven. PB has some really, to be fair, PB's had some really good cooking programs. Animate is now irrational. You know what I apprenticed in counter making? Tis true. When heroes can't take stress anymore, they get afflicted. They become different behaviors and stat changes. They lost to some treatment in town, unless you can reduce their quest to 0 during the quest. Ooh. 2. That's all you get. I don't have time to heal. I gotta heal anime, bro. Alright. To become the British TV for American channel again with pre-2010 programming. Yeah, that would be great. Oh shit, he gonna die. 11? Oh my god. That's great. He bled. Oh yeah. Let's do this here. 5? Great. Oh, I thought did I tape you up? I thought I taped you up. Oh no, I thought I healed you. Oh shit. Stop! Stop! Wait, okay, heal him up. I can't eat food now, can I? Fuck. Sometimes you start dodging everything and I hate that. Alright, we're good.
Executed with impunity.
For most medium, it's a ton to hit. It's great to hit with tons of black shadow. I'll need to focus on the 4.
This expedition at least promises success.
I'm gonna risk it. Stressed out, irrational. Can I heal this bad boy up? Alright. I'll take the gold, and I'll take the food, and I'll take this, crest. We're done. Trapped shit. Of course. It would be the him.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
Not even BBC America, Doctor Who, or the top Clarkson era Top Gears. Because I know there was a Top Gear they had on the was it Amazon Prime, and that's the one got a lot of viewership. Maybe, I guess, the Top Gear dudes just gonna realize that they had a much better thing going. With Amazon as opposed to the BBC proper. Okay. I forget I'm leaning too far off the screen. Yeah, but BBC is worth the PBS. I mean, PBS in the UK, but it's American history documentaries. BBC actively spreads state propaganda and bias. Well, I hate to say it, when it's a national news work, you're going to expect them to do whatever the people in power want. Doesn't matter if it's BBC, doesn't matter if it's NHK, doesn't matter if it's like Al Jazeera. Let's eat. Don't touch it! Oh, it's okay. It's Rap-a-tap-tap, what have we here? Oh my god, bro. This is not time to drop no medieval bars. We don't got no bard in the party. The actual bard's pretty sick, though. If you can... You need him, the leper, if you can keep your Rothaman alive, and then either an occultist, or one of these with the knives. You know, the occultist, the highwayman, or the plague doctor. Those 4 together, if you can get them to work just right and not have anyone die, it's a borderline overpowered combo, at least in this patch. Yeah, we're trying to explore all the damn rooms. Don't!
A handsome reward for a task well performed.
I have to get rid of something. Shit. Ah, well...
The light, the promise of safety.
No, we're good. I'm gonna click on everything. Why not? Disney Plus, so long as Vessel T remains shut much longer, gives you the hiatus. Basically the same when Debbie was paused. I learned to trust the Canberra documentaries, especially Vietnam series. Vietnam is really hard to get into a neutral perspective. Like, there's a book, I forgot what it's called, where they were interviewing the Vietnamese soldiers from the Vietnam War. And the Vietnamese were like, We were as terrified of nature as the Americans were. We just happened to know just a tiny bit more, but we were still equally terrified. So think about it. It's a war where both sides both have to just say it with your chest, boy, and hoping that the other one doesn't falter to your bluff. The other one buys your bluff and you don't falter. Ugh. Why me no English? I'm gonna start speaking in grunts soon. You can't have to pay for T license fund to the BBC. We have money and give it to horrible people. Again, yeah, exactly. The reason why NHK gets so much money in Japan, other than it being, a borderline mandated tax, because there is technically a way to get out of it, you have to be very savvy, is that the programming they give is really good. Their cooking shows are good, their news is pretty reliable, and I mean, like, even just like the documentary stuff. They have original programming that people like, even fun animation in Japan. Like the Shingeki no Kyojin, they actually had a live concert. Oh fuck, my teammate's nuts. I'm gonna have to throw anime out the bus if I can't heal this guy. In-game anime, not my actual one. But yeah, the Shingeki no Kyojin, NHK hosted that stuff. They hosted the live concerts. As a result, they're so on top of what they do and they give people what they like that people don't mind paying the license fee. Like, the idea in of itself is fucking ludicrous. And Domo. Heart attack. The stress heals the build up of affliction. You get a body attack and death wish for assault. Thank you. No, I've already eaten this morning. So we did have breakfast this morning. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to start picking a thing close to primitive language. Pick it on Regis's beeps and boops. Let's try this one out. Can you stop? You're going to make everyone go bananas. Alright.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
I mean, you can always leave a quest early, but you're all going to get stressed out and shit.
Facing the abyss.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah, this shit right here is when the game goes solid heaven. And that's unfortunately more common than I would like it to be. Arguably the whole point of the game. I'm so mad. That should have done damage to one of you fuckers. Come on. Bastard, get blighted. Oh, right. Oh no, he's dead. Stop! 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 Please stop! Stop! Heal myself, please! Please! Okay. Okay, we're That I could have. The game's like, yeah, you can't bleed until you're not on death's door anymore. Give me a blight. I don't really care about the Emperor anymore. I'm not so sure that you see the Emperor is like the British King, or it's close to the British King, where he's a symbolic figurehead. Because after World War II, that changed. There's a big reason for that. I'll go into that after. Because we're almost with this battle. I'll see when I'm a bit more focused. Right now, I'm just reading and responding to your chats. 4. I suppose you can even reach that far. Come on, Blight, kick in. Come on, get him, get him, get him. Thank God. Let's take everything.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
Alright, got 500 gold. Oh no. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, because I gotta get a little bit of history. Because people always wonder, like, why is Japan so obsessed with the atomic bombs? It's not just the bombs itself. This is going to answer your question about the Emperor. Because what happened is that, remember, the Emperor was forced to declare that he was not a demigod, or from a lineage of gods at all. He was forced to declare that he was completely human. Now, what people forget about Japan is that for all the Shinto practice, whether you believe in state Shinto or just more casual form, that the Emperor's family was direct descendants from Amaterasu and the other gods and goddesses. which means that there's a loyal line of succession, and this has been Japan's main stable backbone of their culture since the pre-written history days. So when you have your king, your emperor come out,
Injury and despondence set the stage for heroism.
so when your emperor comes out and admits he's not a king at all and not a god at all, to where you have to question everything that you've ever learned, your entire state religion. Like, it would be the equivalent of the Anglican Church finding a document that King Henry said where he was a hardcore atheist and all religious people were dumb, and he only did the church separation for political gain. It's the equivalent of finding that. You would have to question so much of it because it's such a crucial part of your culture. And to question it as much as intense of that is not easy to do. And that is what elevated the emperor from being this very revered figure where literally you could do anything in the name of the emperor into, oh, it's just kind of like, oh, we have a royal family, they're so cool, the same way how the Americans see the Kennedys. It's that big of a change. You know, that's
Death cannot be escaped.
So right now we are in Reiwa 7. So 7 years ago we actually had the new inauguration on the crowning of the new emperor, and that was a big deal. Like, everyone was covering it, like press coverage and all that stuff. I know a couple years ago one of the daughters actually gave up her royalty to marry essentially a common guy. So I think it's Prince Akihiko that's next in line. I think he's actually written a couple of light novels. So yeah, so there is some reference to the Holy Family, but it's not like how the English had it for the Queen for the Queen a couple years ago, you know. Most hated emperors in Japan's history. I'd have to really think about that, because from my understanding of Japanese history, I may have to read a different textbook for a different perspective. That typically past a point, especially because you in the warring period, especially, you're kind of all claiming the name for the emperor, kind of like how with the Chinese you have the whole mandate of heaven. Because, you know, and with Meiji Restoration, that's why they were able to get away with a lot of shit. Because but it's typically I don't know who the most hated ones are, because the thing is that, because even though your timeline is a bit off which emperor is in charge, typically speaking. Wait, sorry. Which emperor? Yeah, it's typically about the shoguns and all that stuff. The shoguns, and, you know, the prime minister posts and all that. It gets kind of tricky. People forget that Japan wasn't fully restored. So it's kind of the case of whoever is the most powerful prefectural leader or semi-nation, depending on how you want to see it. Those were the guys who were typically in charge, and the emperor was always kind of this soft figurehead. So I think the transition in that was a bit easier as far as the cult of personality.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
But that's what makes it so interesting to talk about the emperor, because while the cult of personality behind the emperor never changed, the conditions shaped surrounding him.
Ancient traps lie in wait, unsprung and thirsting for blood.
So people think he was a secret atheist who knew his support against Christians if the Union the truth would ever come out. That is the thing, because Lincoln did also claim that he was like just a general Christian and not of any non-denominational practice. Yeah, the daimyo, are the people that are in charge. That's the proper term. It just came back to me. Because the daimyo were the ones who controlled the samurai, and essentially there was the head daimyo, you know. So that's why with Sengoku, the warring periods, it was essentially it was basically a civil war. Just imagine the Civil War had broken out in Lincoln's time, but the winning state got to become and dictate what happened and everything. So that would have been one hell of a ride. The nation of Texas. We're probably not gonna win. the Magna Carta took away the godly image of the king. He's a representative of God, not God himself. That is true, and the Magna Carta limited the power. But also, the Magna Carta, here's the big difference. The Magna Carta was imposed on him by the British people themselves. So it's still a Britain on Britain thing. The Japanese emperor admitting that he was no longer a god, so the de-deification of the emperor was imposed by the United States government as one of the conditions of the surrender. Of course they had him come out and say it on public broadcast himself, no gun to his head, because if they didn't do that, you'd have a lot more of those people who would have kept fighting many years after the war. Yeah, I'm probably gonna die. Everyone's gonna probably die here. Let's try this Emperor banned books. And reading that one was made of Magic Treehouse book.
And now,
I think I know who you're talking about.
hold fast or expire.
Abusive. No! Oh my god. This is what it's like when you're on a road trip with your best friend for like 8 hours. By hour 6, you start getting at each other's throats. Let's see, can I keep him off that store? He's got buying time.
Up, if only to bleed again.
Let's try track and shot. The emperor's called the Dragon King. I think it was under the Manchuria Empire, I think. I have to make sure which one it is. 'Cause I legit can't remember his name. Alright. One down, a lot more to go. We're creating total war, total demons. What's the most range you can get? Fuck, should have done the goddamn. Okay, we're even. You don't expect me to fight Silver, do you? Oh damn. Oh no, Alejandro says resolved. It's selfish. I'm so used to seeing that animation with the word Italian underneath it. It's so hard for me to take that seriously. Alright. Is my turn yet? Oh, shit. This is just... If we survive this, we're gonna get like one person.
Land's breadth from becoming unwound.
Favorite Doctor Who reference, the Demon's King from season 20 in '83. And you see the snowball of bullshit that's piling up right now. Let's get rid of this thing.
Masterfully executed.
I didn't heal him. Fuck. Come on, animate. We got faith in you. Yeah, he's too far back. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, fuck. Wrong guy. Shit. I hope you get the guy in the front. You had one damn job. Fuck. That was blood I spilled. You stabbed yourself! Oh yeah, we're not gonna make it. We are definitely not gonna make this. One more. 16! Holy shit! Oh my god, that was a fucking miracle and a half. Oh no. Oh shit, let's go. Woo! Oh, I'm gonna switch him around with it. Okay, we're good. I like to think that I always... I gotta read this. I think you guys always like especially Japan more than China.
They can be beaten.
So I'd say that's true to some degree. Because unlike China, Japan was actually willing to learn from the Western world. Unfortunately for Japan, the way they did it didn't quite work out for them. Because everyone knows about the League of Nations. They tried so hard to be part of the League of Nations, and they had a Western constitution. They tried everything else, and it was just so... it didn't work the way they wanted it to. And that's just how life is. Yeah, but they're willing to do business more so, granted very restricted on the island, you know. Alright. Alright. Just, I think if we get 2 more rooms, we should be fine. We just need like 95% of the rooms here. I'm gonna pray we don't need more combat. Alright. For some, also Japan more equal historically than China. The problem for Japan is that the treaty that they signed back in the day, it was more so, what's the word, battles? Ah, shit, it had to be other battles, that's what it is here. Oh, room battles, not highway battles, room battles, that's room battle. Fuck! I didn't see that. Like... Let's hope we make this battle. Yeah, but the tree was that worked out on paper. On paper. It was not an equal treaty. It was like, oh yeah, we're buddies, but like if anything happens, we're not gonna help you out. I was like, yeah, I'll vouch for you. And they realized, well, the only way left to get even into the game of the Western world is to play even more of the imperialist game, taking over to Okinawa, going all the way down to Indonesia. And if they had conquered Indonesia, you probably would not have seen Pearl Harbor, because Indonesia had oil. Japan needed oil. If they had more resources, or actually Indonesia sooner, they would have had all the oil they needed. Great War slash like a fucking Monster Mash reference. More fighting, what dull amusement. Oh shit. Let's go. We might actually make this. Ah shit. Okay, stunned. We got some time here. Damn, they're going after my cultist. Okay. Yeah, so he came in the front. He can't do anything to us. It's good. Damn good. And we can't move, he's stuck in between 2 bodies. Alright, good. His brain's fucked up. Let this be the last room battle, please.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Alright, we did it! Woo! We actually completed the quest. Let's do this.
Room by room, hall by hall, we reclaim what is ours.
Unfortunately, the Dutch were on the Allied side and were taken over by the Germans a year prior to Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor. Yeah, the Dutch, if anyone were able to convince them to change the ways, the Dutch would have been able to do it. The Dutch and the Portuguese would have been the 2 countries to be able to do that. Okay. Okay, resolve level represents your veteranship and goes against stress, acts as stress resistance. Low resolve means they will get stressed quickly. So Alejandro now gets he's soft, just a little bit more damage. Riser, if we have a torch about 35, so we have 3 lights up over 4, we're good. Animate. Or tacticians. Oh jeez. And then Remo gets. Okay, if you fight in the cove, he gets more stress and it's a little bit easier. Because you can actually get rid of one of these conditions at a time. The sideshow just fine.
She has paid dearly for her freedom. And deserves better than this place.
What is with murder? Nobody died. Game trying to gaslight me and shit. Okay, now I got the bounty hunter.
Evasive, persistent. Righteous traits for a rogue.
And we can bring a hero in and level him up. I'm gonna bring Birb for now.
The forge stands ready to make weapons of war.
How do I buy them? Oh, I have to upgrade, right? There we go. I have to make armor smithing. I have to get more of those shields and more of those deeds. That's what they do. I wish I kept somebody trying to keep my guys alive with money. I forget you need the other stuff that's not money too. So, okay, we'll bring Omni and Hammer back into battle for the next mission. Actually, let me go back. So let's go up here to the sanitarium. Oh wait, no, we need to go to the Abbey. I'm gonna put Anime because he's level stress 2 here. And I'll put Remo, he's my MVP. And then, I don't know, what was he? Sasha was Alejandro, let's see. Curious, stuck it out. Okay, now that's a fine one. Alejandro's got the... Not allowed to visit Alejandro. Deviant taste. Not allowed to visit the brothel. Best for reasons best left to discretion. Oh my god. Just be funny. Let's go to the brothel here. Let's see the tavern. Be funny. If I drag him. Be funny here. Yep. I'm not allowed in there. It's just with understanding, I assure you. Funny, love it. I don't plan it, it just comes out this way. Let's go to the Abbey. I can do... I'll do Brimo. No, I'll do Animate. So Animate's right here, Brimo. He's there. Is everyone who has stress like... Okay, we're good then. Good. I can sell this shit, right? We're good. Let's go on the quest.
Make no mistake, we will face ever greater threats. Our soldiers must be ready.
4 active combat skills, so toggle, okay. So I can toggle on and off, let's go. Alright, let's embark. With the Empire of Japan still exists today, if they had fought in World War II inside the Allies, it would have caused international pressure to force us to eventually downsize like Britain post-war. I think it would depend on 2 things. How big international blowback would be, and most importantly, how do the nation that Japan went into see them? We gotta go to Korea again, because again, almost everything that innovated Korea, like the big companies, the big universities, the modernization of Korea, it came and had its start under the Empire of Japan. When you go to Seoul University, the big one, it was a Japanese imperial university, but they will never mention that on the website because they're just they hate the Japanese that much, or don't like that part of the history. Then again, Japan also, to be completely fair, Japan was also trying to get rid of the Korean language. They had all the press, all the schools you had to be taught in Japanese, which I completely understand, especially when, historically speaking, Hangul was seen as the Korean language. It was the language of their identity, because it was actually able to make them move past Chinese kanji, only for phonics, and straight into a purely Korean thing. All the nobles who bothered to learn Hangul were able to keep their posts and communicate with the people, and all the snobs who only learned Chinese lost it. But then there are other countries that you could argue that would have argued that, like Okinawa is a conquered nation, but now it's still recognized as part of Japan, and they speak Japanese in Okinawa, but they still also speak their own dialect of Japanese and their own Okinawa language. I forget what it's called. So it's completely could have varied. Like, some countries could have chosen to stay, some countries could have left. I think Indonesia would have been a 50-50. Philippines is weird. Like, they hated the Japanese Empire, but they were among the first nations to kind of go and say, yo, you have a Japanese ancestry, we'll let you get your visa to go to Japan a lot easier. You know? So with Asia, it would come down to a nation-by-nation basis if they would be on good terms or not. Because remember, they did a lot of fucked up shit in the Philippines too. And the Philippines forgave them way more than China ever did. Level 3, okay. I thought the game would be like, it wouldn't last a minute. Room battle, let's go. And just this. And we should be set. All that time started with Japan because war against the Axis right after France falls on June 1940. I don't think Japan would have tried to fight the Axis. I honestly don't think so. Unless the Axis was going, like with unless Italy and Germany were in cahoots to go, or at least Germany was going to go against Japan, which I'm not sure if that was going to be the case or not. Because, you know, it's like, unless it was going to happen, I don't think Japan would have done it. Remember, Japan only did Pearl Harbor because they couldn't get the oil in Indonesia. They were hoping to annoy America just to get some oil, and like, okay, well, we'll stop doing it if you give us oil, and then you get American oil, and that was the plan, just get the American oil, keep going down south. But they woke up the sleeping bear by accident. To be fair, it was a completely stupid thing. On the other hand, with kamikazes, they were oftentimes just given just enough fuel to go there and come back. So some people were kamikazes, and they didn't know they were going to become a kamikaze until it's a little too late.
Corruption has soaked the soil, sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Alright, so you see your moves here? You are best in the first position, you are best in the middle two positions, you are best in the middle two positions, and then you are best in the... Damn it! Or you end up with one of these weirdos who can never do anything just right. Like, I hate to do it, but this guy here would probably be better in the back, even though he isn't the best. Before World War II, you had pretty good relations with Japan. Toward the royal family on many occasions, and Adams had sailed Japan and to make more cordial relations. Give me the fucking map. Forget the Soviet and Japan fought each other in '39 over the Sino-Russian border, and there's still a border dispute today. But people do debate if it was because Japan had better tech and we knew the area better, or if it was because the Soviets just ran out of materials just in time, you know. For stretching themselves out way too thin. Damn it, yeah. So eventually he gets to keep it. I don't even get that shit.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
I forgot to get... I didn't see any shovels for shale.
With misintent.
We're gonna ignore that.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Alright. Need a lot more lights, Jesus Christ. Japan will allow the Keyser Empire the post-war China to split between them and the Republic of China. Mom and the rest would wish they were never born. Yeah, pretty much. People forget that, I forget. Why is his name escaping me? I hate that. I hate when I think of people's faces. I can never see their names. Like, I can't put the two of them together. I don't know why. Chiang Kai-shek. Chiang Kai-shek was trained under the Japanese. Went to their imperial academies. UK has met with one nation that was entered a union with England. Scotland was conquered when Ireland as basically a protectorate. And Cornwall technically basically a nation. England City they play Scottish Football League. Interesting. Well, like in Japan has some American football leagues.
In Radiance,
I
may we
wasted that.
find victory.
I have to move him over here. Collect the bounty. Yeah. Unfortunately with him, that's the only way I can get any way kind of swing. Oh yeah, baby!
Onslaught. Destroy.
I don't have to like switch the people around, it's gonna be annoying as shit. Flashbang? Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna cook. Let's get cooking. So in this case, I'm gonna have to rotate them just to avoid taking damage.
Another one falls.
Let's go. Too short. Let's do impale. He dodged. Fuck. You got Jack. You gotta switch him over here. This guy's dodge is on. What the fuck is he doing? He's just dodging everything. Should have flashbanged him. All right, got him. There we go.
A faint hope blossoms.
Prior to Japan joining actions, the Republic of China got a lot of military supply from Germany, including the Panzer I and II, to sustain against the Japanese Imperial Army.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
England's full many different kingdoms, which could theoretically succeed due to cultural differences. No, room battles? Shit. That's why we're gonna have to backtrack, aren't we?
Without tools of iron, you must rely on flesh and indefatigable purpose.
Indefatigable? What? Right. So probably let's do this. One. Right. So I forgot one does two spaces.
Maintain the offensive.
I wonder why the Why are they still called quote-unquote countries if they're part of a larger protectorate? I'm wondering. Oh shit.
Unnerved, unbalanced. Precision.
Critical one? Oh, okay. Ooh. We beat it. That's good. That's good. Oh shit! 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 There we go. Montenegro declared war on Japan as allied to Russia in the Russo-Chinese War, and we're still technically at war until 2,601 years later. That's pretty damn impressive to keep the war going that long. It's like, oh yeah, we forgot we're not gonna do this anymore. Right, right. How annoying. Come on, get it critical. It's bleeding. Okay.
Eradicated.
Oh, jeez. He is just on a roll. Here's somebody into the medic. Shit. He got this. Oh my god, it's doing beautifully, beautifully. Flashbang? Okay, he's not completely useless. Switch the hunter here to take a position. Impale.
Confidence
And we're good.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
Taking everything.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
Okay. This is where it's gonna start to get down to the wire.
The ground quakes.
Okay, let's go. Oh yeah! More traps, let's go. Come on, get the blood out. We're doing great, we're doing. Oh shit. Not again. You're doing so fine before this. Politically, in Japan, are there like Okinawa separatist parties? The what the original is from the first Japan? This is an issue not ever talked about. I'm not sure because whenever I hear the separationist thing, on the few times I do hear it, it's typically in tandem with the whole issue with the military bases. Not that the bases are there, but the people causing problems. You know, drunk soldiers. Because there are unspoken bars that are basically meant for the military to go to. So of course you get ladies who go there, they want to get kind of close to the soldiers, and language barriers, because you know with military, unless you're doing like covert operations or undercover agents, typically they don't have you learn a language into the region that you're going to, so you can be sent to Iraq and not know a word of Arabic. So they go to Okinawa, they don't know any Chinese or Okinawan dialect of China. Japanese, Jesus Christ. I was going to say Taiwan, but I'm like, Taiwan speaks Chinese, mention Okinawa, my brain fumbles that shit together.
Impressive.
They don't learn any language of where they're going to go. And that's part of the problem. And also then, if they did though, if you're drunk, you're not exactly the most, what's the word? You don't have to make the best of choices. But of course, the people there, you know, who they don't make bad choices
Great is
is
the
sober.
weapon that cuts on its own.
Oh shit, fucked him over. Costa Rica declared war on Germany in World War I, but they didn't declare the hostility until the time for World War II to end. I think they had a gut feeling of like, yeah, we're gonna need this later. So even rotating around actually will prevent stress. All right.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Oh no, Hammer, what do you got? Paranoid shit.
The walls close in. The shadows whisper of conspiracy.
Oh, we're surprised? Fuck. Let's go. Hopefully that room we passed way back isn't needed a room battle. Ah, shit. Honestly, what's your guys' favorite what if?
Frustration and fury.
Man, she is a good character. Favorite what if history scenario? Or is there one that you just want to stay as a film because it would be so damn bonkers? Like, I'm glad this didn't happen, but I want to see it anyways. Like, do people actually do people think Germany did make a deal with Mexico in World War I, try to return California and all that extra land? Masochistic. Oh no, he done fucked up.
Those who covet injury find it in no short supply.
War Plan Red. Go on, I'm listening. He's not gonna die soon. No! Alright, let's go. Give me another bleed out here. America versus British Empire in 20s and 30s? If it was World War I, that would have been nuts. Pistol grip. Let's do this. Vein of the front stab. Or at least you hit, I suppose. My god, what kind of backwards?
Injury and
What?
despondence.
Oh,
Set the
you
stage
bitch.
for heroism, for cowardice.
It's working so far. He's right then. Info's human telegram camp for the British, so it is sus. That's why I'm kind of skeptical about it. Shake it off. Alright. This is the last room fight. We're gonna be golden.
The slow death, unforeseen, unforgiving.
Nailed it.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Okay. So we got all the rooms except for this one, so we have to go back this way, unfortunately. And unfortunately, backtracking does incur a potential... Who's bleeding? Someone's bleeding out. We gotta be fast with this, because we can actually run enough more battles on the way back. So just because we beat it, we're in the clear. All the food I've got. Oh wait, no, I got more food. Never mind. Oh, 2 more rooms, okay. I think to never happen, that would have been the big conflict. Earth's not a big enough for 2 English-speaking empires. You haven't tried enough, man. Alright. We need to check out that last room, and we've got this mission in the bag. Gimme. Gibbs.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Let me do this here. Alright. Oh, we got surprise. Come on. Perfect order to. After the trend for the British Empire becomes an ally to the Confederacy, our linking and the Union fuck around, find out too much. A Union warship stopped a British passenger liner mid-Atlantic because there were 2 or 3 Confederates returning home to the UK. What's up, Crimson Eye? Or rather, Crimson OS. Tell me you're a Linux fan without telling me you use Linux. We were officially in neutral civil war and stopped the British or fighting for both sides. Wasn't there a bunch of Irish people that were fighting on both sides of the Union? And like, my hatred of you fighting for the other side is more important to me than whatever the Union or the Confederacy cares about. I will not stand for this. Oh shit. Alright, we're good. Oh shit, 2 blinds. Oh fuck. Let me. Alright, let's try this. Fuck. Kelly's Irish Brigade is a song.
Back to the pit.
One more. That hits. Oh no, it didn't. It was funny. Come on, no. Damn it, Albert. That's 2 masochists in the party.
The bulwarks of the mind have fallen.
Alright.
As victories mount,
Oh, I have to
so
actually go to the last room. Ah, fuck.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Alright. I got 7 foods. Let's see what I can do with him. Last battle. Let's go. Let's do this.
And now
Fuck.
the true test. Hold fast or expire.
Damn it, my good character's gonna fucking die. Should heal here. Yeah, he's as big as 2 spots, so you see that there. Alright, pick the move first. Right. Also, German Americans and Italian Americans, but a lot of things we should know about having to kill each other. You know about the Irish about Mexico and the American Civil War? You see the support your cows from the bad guy Protestants. And that war is a whole bunch of cultural fighting. It's more, honestly, I'd say the war is more cultural than it is about, you know, borders. And of course, you know, borders was like the main thing, but it's mostly the culture clash that was what kind of built up the problem. You don't say send people who want to practice, you know, a certain way of life and then proceed to send the people who will do the exact opposite. I don't care what culture, whatever stuff. You can't do that and not expect shit to go down. She's not taking it! Ah! This door. Come on. Let me. Can't eat, can I? Ah, shit. Wrong item. Okay.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Gotta keep that distance.
Slowly,
Good.
gently. This is how a life is taken.
Alright, let's do this. Okay, one hit point left. That's good. Oh, no. Don't. No!
Another life
Fuck! She was right there! At the end of the mission, we lost our MVP. God damn it.
This expedition at least promises success.
Yep, sometimes that happens. Your MVP will just die like right at the last minute. If I could have healed, because it wouldn't let me use the food packets mid-combat, I don't have a healer. For not having a healer, I'm surprised we actually beat this shit.
Driving out corruption is an endless battle.
The problem when you retreat, you get a fuck ton of stress. You also get a negative ailment. So it's just better for you to, like, if you're gonna retreat, better to throw all those guys into the trash can and then just keep getting new guys and train those guys up. It's actually easier than trying to fix every ailment. Because every ailment to fix is $1,000 or something gold you gotta spend here. So imagine you retreat, right? And you get this shit plus a fuck ton more stress. So you get more light sensitive.
In truth, I cannot tell how much time has passed since I sent that letter.
The French and the Mexicans have a lot in common. The former tried to invent the latter with the U.S. It was busy with the Civil War. Maximilian didn't help any event. Let's see here. Alejandro feels fierce and hail thanks to it, and he recovered 45 strength and is no longer selfish. Yay. Bimo recovered 55 and is no longer abusive. Animate is no longer irrational. We unlock the sanitarium. Dope. Bear is gone. Let's look at the graveyard now. Seeker Shieldbreaker was slain by Vile Brigand Fuelizer, and it tells you when they died. What mission? Now we have the sanitarium. So we can actually remove negative quirk, but also to reinforce a positive quirk here. So of course, the more you level up with these busts or whatever, the portraits, you can get more of the slots open. But typically, that priest character will go on into one of those buildings and take up one of the slots, just make it a little bit harder for you. Let's see what new heroes we can get. I can take 2 more new heroes. Let's go.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Where is those heroes? Godart. Yeah, Godart's a good one.
A champion markswoman. Keen for a new kind of challenge.
Let me go back. Let me come here to tavern. Kill the thing. I can upgrade skills, yeah. I can actually, I have 6 painting, I need 14 shields.
A strict regimen is
Alright, we're good.
paramount if one is to master the brutal arithmetic of combat.
So I'm gonna go here to the sanitarium. Let's heal these guys up. Sideshow's gonna come here. No, wait, it doesn't work. I have to go to the Abbey. Hammer comes here. Light of prayer. He's stuck. Caretaker. God damn it. Yeah, I can't heal him up just yet. Yeah, the game will do that to you. Just to fuck you over. Sideshow. Alright. I think we do one more mission. Hopefully it's not a total party kill. But knowing my luck, it probably is. Historically, Mexico looked the U.S. the same way France does the U.K. I wouldn't say always. It wasn't always like that. Let me use the restroom. Give me like 2 minutes, so like a minute more realistically. Back chat. Let's see here. Founding fathers French understood the French republicanism was chaos, anarchy, and tyranny. The difference between how the Anglos understand liberty versus the French. Well, people also forget that the first set of the United States, before the Constitution, was a confederacy. They had a president with 1-year term limits, and every state, and they were so anti-federal government that states had the power to print their own money, and they can choose and accept whatever other currency they wanted. So if Pennsylvania didn't like Maine, they didn't have to take Maine money. Or Virginia didn't like Georgia, they didn't have to take Georgia's money. And also they could have different taxes, they could have taxes for visitors and other things, and it got so chaotic that nothing really got done. Which is why the founding fathers eventually said, we have to make a strong national government, one that's strong enough to actually do what we need it to do, but one that is weak enough that it just can't overstep the same way a lot of the European countries were at the time. And let's take but you have to come here. Where are you? Gotcha. It's level 6. Okay, we're level 3. Gotcha. So it's gonna take some time for us to get there. I'll put Omni in there. Collision. Let's see. Founding fathers. Okay, also this. One revolution walked with God and walked away with it. To be fair, was America not found a partially to escape religious persecution? It partially was. The question also is, how far do you want it? Because here's the annoying thing. Because some people, in the case of the United States, because it's broken up into states and not provinces or prefectures, some states wanted a state religion, not a federal state, but like a state. Again, that sub-federal level. But some people were okay with that, and some people said, as long as it's not a federal state, you know, the federal government, religion imposed, that's fine. Because they unofficially had those in there. Yeah, I know it's kind of confusing when the terminology state is the division of the country. But that's because states have more individual freedoms as opposed to prefectures who are a bit more connected federally. So when they say state religion, I mean like the literal individual 50 or 13 colonies. 50 states or 13 colonies. Because again, I mean, I always use the case of Maryland. It was supposed Maryland, Catholic safe haven. Protestants went in and even made it illegal to be Catholic there for a couple of times. And in their minds, it wasn't seen as persecution; it was just seen as like not doing the wrong religion. But the Mormons get to go all the way. So, what state was it? Is it what? Yeah, I forget where all the Mormons live at. It's not Montana. No, it's not. It's like when I don't think about this shit, I can recall it perfectly. But when I have to remember where it's from, specifically, this is why I'm not good with maps on a test. Like, you give me a map, like geography, I am like, oh, that's it, and you tell me, you got 10 minutes to figure this out. I'm like, oh shit. Where is the newer Mexico? And then there's when I circle Arkansas, just be funny. Puritan method to skip the colonies, and looking for Puritanism. Follow them, the Salem witch trials. They live in Utah. Utah! Hey, you gotta buy. Oh, you didn't buy food? Buying all the foods. Salt Lake City. Is that what makes the good caramel ice cream? You have friends who are Mormon. I like that picture where it's like you have like the 4 guys from the hood and the 4 Mormon guys, and they have it playing Uno. It's like, if we lose, we get baptized, but if we win, they go to the club with us. That's probably staged as shit, but I can't help but find it funny.
Sapping all good life from these groves. Let us burn out this evil.
Ones live in California talk about Utah quite a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if there was like some unofficial pilgrimage to Utah you had to do. I'm gonna just say that first in stream now. Utah. The cow goes no. Alright, let's see. Blinding lights, let's go. I could have killed him with that shit. Fuck.
Another abomination cleansed from our lands.
We're doing it! I like people say Ubisoft. Then if you want, you like your favorite chewing gum is Hooba Booba, isn't it? Yeah, this character is not on the back. She's fucked. And that was a piss poor shot. Ubisa. Ubisa. We'll kill the front one next. Damn, go Dart, you are not. She's gonna be the first one dead, isn't she? If she dies, I'll have to run away, get into the party.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Damn, they really just love going after her. Fuck.
Back to the pit.
I say Ubisoft. Oh, that sounds like Robert Molden being in Jurassic Park. Shut up! I gotta heal her. Only a 3? Fuck. Fuck! Can y'all quit dying for like 2 seconds, please? Please. PLS, please.
Disadvantage. Give them no quarter.
Alright, let's get going. First thing comes from Ubiquity? Ubiquitoir? Like, yeah, Ubiquitor? Yeah. Ubiquitor? Yeah, we're like, time to ruin English language with Shimo. He does this on a regular basis. Heal party, 1 to 3. He had divine grace. Fuck it.
A momentary abatement.
Alright, let's do this. Oh no, I moved. Yeah, these are the female version of those characters, so yeah, they exist. Evil can be bad. Ah, shit.
Executed.
Fucking hell, that's just... I am gonna just... Slow clap, slow clap. Come in there? I can fuck up the order? Okay. What did that do? Yard! My heart will burst. That was terrible. The enemies go mad, aren't they? We shall not survive this. I shall. Oh no.
Be
Alright.
gone, fiend.
Two more. Yes!
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
For ubiquitous software? Well, ubiquitous with what? Garbage? Garbage? I'm too far back. It's been ubiquitous with life service, that's for sure. Can I get it? Alright, that works. we got
As
him.
the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
All the room battles? Okay, fuck. So we've got this, and we got... Okay, we're gonna come back here, because... Make it easier for us. Battle coming up, because we see that's coming out. Surprise, right?
Another one falls.
Get rid of the stressful incantation to run up to dazzling light on her.
Their formation is broken.
All right.
Maintain the offensive.
What? Whoa, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. I should have killed him first. Not that one. Not that one.
Self-preservation is paramount at any cost.
Jesus Christ. I was not expecting this to go this fucking bad. That causes 6 damage? Fuck. Oh, this bullshit. Forgot why I killed these things first. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Let's try one of these. Alright, got a critical 10.
Decisive pummeling.
We gotta be fast with this shit. Dazzling light. Alright, let's go. Slime smack. Ooh, that's not good. I'm stunned. Oh fuck. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, thank you.
Monster's size has no.
Okay, we gotta keep that body there so that we don't have room to make a second claw like that. Fuck. Still one of them at least. Alright. Just condemn the last one, let's go. There we go. Thank God.
Foolish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud. The light, the promise of safety.
What did you do, you moron? You get yourself sick. Oh, I gotta take the fucking medic when we are done with this shit.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption, malformed with misintent.
DJ Khaled, another one. Like, there's a guy who has one version like perfectly looped, just so we get good for like push-ups and shit. Let's kill these fucking spores. I mean, more dots and the product. Right. Let's go. Let's see here. What's oh, that's a pretty good one right there. Honestly, what was the best Ubisoft IP they don't make games for anymore? I want to say Rayman, but they've been treating him pretty well compared to the other IPs. Yeah, when Ubisoft made Just Dance, it was kind of like the end of them. Stop! Alright. I don't have to read that. And light. Prince of Persia was not too bad. The one with the dreadlocks? I'm surprised. I like Prince of Persia, but I would like to, I was a bit wary, you know. Alright, one more, and then we take the other two guys in the back. Like, was there, like, what was there anything, like, really, really terrible? Or are they like, what's the worst thing you've heard about this Prince of Persia? Like, because it was pretty good. I don't know, the game Extreme could have been a lot better. Yeah, honestly, with how wonky the keyboard was, I probably could have just emulated the PS1 version because it's basically the same game. I think the big issue is that I think the issue that they didn't know if they wanted to make more of a action game or more of a puzzle kind of game. Because with Resident Evil, because you're a horror game with a limited amount of bullets, you're kind of allowed to walk that line. And so you also have the question of, do you want to tell the story, or do you want to do something else with the characters? Fucking hell. That Prince of Persia was a good movie on its own. I'll give it that. It was, I'd say, this moved out to the spirit of the game as opposed to being a die-hard adaptation. In some cases, that's actually better. Sometimes following the game plot is way too difficult or like way too dense, and so you need like a side story that you could believe would be in the world. Yeah, and I would rather have a side story that I can believe is in the world than have a crappy retelling of the game story with a rushed or changed ending. So I've never understood why whenever they do without games, only games, they always change the ending. Bookstores sometimes brand the faithfulness, but with games, it's like even if it's trying to be one-to-one, they just deliberately change the ending. Shit. A son Chuck. If it can follow the spirit of the games, enough for the story, I can accept that. Yeah. May as well. Yeah, because El Dorado, like, seriously, what would you do? Would you make it more of a game what's like, you're playing that montage getting to El Dorado? Would it be the entire, like, a longer telling of the war against Cycle Khan? Or would you rather... they could have made a sequel where, let's say, oh, Cortez is near El Dorado, and they found another way in, and it's your job to kind of prevent Cortez from getting into El Dorado, like as a non-canon sequel. Like, I could have been fine with that. But also, you know, what's it called? You also gotta be wary about, like, you know, like what you got access to. You have voice actors or not. They're gonna make it to a platformer, get into an over-the-top game, beat 'em up. That really is, I think, once you know what kind of game you want to make, the rest falls into place. A lot of games just pick platformer because it's just the easier thing to develop, unfortunately. I mean, unfortunately in the sense that they made it because it's lazy out, not because it's, like, the best choice. Because El Dorado as a 3D action platformer, like, if they did it right, it could be very good. And you have a soundtrack that's inspired by Elton John, that would have been pretty cool. Hammer says, the bar by soul for video games that have spirit is the closest thing to perfection. I'd say so. I'd say sometimes it's necessary. Because with games, I gotta put it this way. I gotta figure out how to word this. When it comes to game-based movies, because if you do sometimes it's better to get a what-if event than to get a thing. Like, would you rather have a Resident Evil film that's just Resident Evil 3 by itself? Or would you have rather what Capcom did when they made, you know, Resident Evil Damnation, Resident Evil Degeneration, Resident Evil Vendetta, Resident Evil Death Island, where it's still all in canonicity, it's still in character. Technically, it's a separate tangential timeline, but because it doesn't have to but because it's not necessarily the games or forced to be in the same timeline as the games, you're allowed to do things that you wouldn't normally be allowed to see in the game. I mean, like the movies, for example, they brought back Rebecca for 2 of the movies, and the film actually has the Resident Evil 0, 1, and 2, and 2 casts in the same game. Sorry, in the same medium, the same place. There's still no canon game where Jill Valentine has met Leon S. Kennedy. That only happens in Death Island. But if the games were going to have to follow, the timeline of the movie, and vice versa, because it's all one gigantic, complex thing, it's going to be a bit trickier. And nobody wants to play a video game where they have to watch a movie to catch up, or watch a movie to play a video game to catch up. It's oftentimes why even those NetherRealm comics just stop becoming canon, because it's just so much fucking work. When people were fighting with James Bond, I thought in the books stay true to the spirit. At least what my folks told me. Okay, if you want an example, Crimson, watch the 2 Timothy Dalton James Bonds, because the first Timothy Dalton James Bond was the first James Bond, that was the last James Bond based off of a book, and then the second one he did was the first original James Bond work that was not based on any prior Ian Fleming novel. And considering that Timothy Dalton is the closest one to the actual character of James Bond in the books, yeah, of course you got a bit more of a polished, suave version of that with Pierce Brosnan afterwards. Again, pretty smooth. Yeah, but then for the most part, I think maybe barring the Craig era, it's been pretty faithful to the spirit of the books. I mean, heck, they're trying to make a new game now for James Bond that's not based on any previous novel. I gotta get rid of that damn corpse. Dalton is Ian Fleming, James Bond 007. Exactly. This War of the World is in a faithful adaptation of the H.G. Wells, but keeps the story to the original spirit. Correct. The only one that arguably is the closest to a literal adaptation of it is the musical, which is a musical set in England with disco. Yeah, that's the closest one in terms of being one-to-one to the books. Is it GoldenEye Thunderball? GoldenEye's original story? GoldenEye's pretty good, like... Yeah, Timothy Dalton, yeah, he just watches, like, watch one of every Bond and you see how the spirit changes. But it's still the same spirit. Yeah, Craig's where it's like, I'm not so sure about that, amigo. The first Bond actor to read all the Ian Fleming books before filming his first movie. No joke, yeah. No joke, Dalton was actually a big fan of it. And Dalton's like, if I'm gonna do a role, I'm gonna do it right. Kind of how Sir Patrick Stewart, when he was it in Oblivion, he loved how Obsidian, who gave him all that lore and everything, even though his character was killed off of the tutorial. But he's like, I appreciate it, because to be fair, he's also a Shakespearean actor, Patrick Stewart. Because some people love their job and they want to get into the right mindset. They want to give the best performance they can give. No joke, he brought it up in talking show interviews. Yeah, that's why Looney Tunes back in action. Then they wanted a James Bond-esque character. They brought in Timothy Dalton, and I saw that. I mean, as a kid, I didn't know he was actually a James Bond as a kid. So I thought they should have picked him to play James Bond, and they find out later he has 2 movies. Since he gave the exact same performance he would have given in a James Bond film, and it's a parody of James Bond. It's great. A suave demeanor, like this part where like he's like beating up bad guys. He lights a cigarette, throws a grenade behind him, and goes back to breaking. It was great. It's so great. Like when he's a shaken, not stirred, you're like, it's so suave, it's almost a threat. I love it. Oh, seriously, when actors consult source material? Yeah, back when they wanted you to source material. Nowadays, fuckers don't want you to play or read the source material. Thunderball, the Nanny Eating That remake, also with Sean Connery, called Never Say Never Again. Alright. I actually used to have a copy. Oh, was it Die Another Day? I think it was. I actually had a copy of the shooting script for that, which had like all the stage directions, all The camera lighting, because the shooting script is different than a regular script, because the regular script for the actors, you only get to see the dialogue and the main actions. The shooting script tells you like what goes on exactly on the set, how you're gonna move all the animatronics, all the props, what angle you're shooting from, and the specifics that you're gonna switch to this camera at this time. And it's a real treat to see like how like that 300-page book with all the instructions. All right, thank you. For once, you came in handy. Good job, Omni. Still some meal.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
The role-playing alien Locals wanted to play for the game, and the showrunners kept her from doing it. Yep, they wanted to do a completely quote-unquote different interpretation. On one hand, I think if it was a different property, like it was a story that's been done to death, like Frankenstein or Dracula, I would understand why you wouldn't want someone to watch the most iconic interpretation. Because sometimes the only way to win or get a good performance is to be completely different. Like with Tim Burton's Batman, like if Tim Burton's Batman 89 is a completely different Batman than Batman 66. So if there's someone who's considered the iconic definition, but you want to try to reinterpret it for yourself, and I mean like a genuine, like we care about it, like if Bill Skarsgård was not given a shitty script for The Crow, like if they want to make a serious Crow adaptation that was still dark, neo-noir, pretty goth, but you know, not crap, that would have made sense if they told him don't watch don't watch the lead version because you're gonna want to copy because it's so well done. But with Last of Us, it just feels like we want to make a kind of a drama show with kind of a vague zombie setup, and we just kind of do want to do whatever. That's why I don't believe it when they say that. Alright. 2 more battles and we should be good. The moment we complete this last room, we're gonna call it. Stop! Battle room. Alright. Not bad. Let's go. Fred Cutler made the entire cast read Bram Stoker's Dracula's novel together before shooting began. But notice, he said the novel, he didn't force them to watch the Universal version, probably because they all have already seen it. But even then, the performance of Dracula was very different from the version that we got in the classic Universal horror one. Kerry repeats parts of the book. Gary only read his. Anthony Hopkins right there, etc. Apparently, kept the right to say apparently so Sonic games to play Understand Shadow. You gotta remember, man, the man loves his craft. For John Wick, Keanu Reeves did not have to learn how to shoot actual guns to beat John Wick, but he chose to undergo weapons training to understand how a gun works to make the actions and movements more realistic. He's also a man who... Forget, did Keanu Reeves do his own stunts? When it was him falling down the moving escalator in, I think it was part 3?
Well struck.
Booyah! Dazzling light! So one plus no shell for Latinas is canon. Bro, they already got the Sonic Boom Shadow Hedgehog voice actor to do the... You see that, Sonic? There are Latinas. Where are you going, Shadow? I'm gonna go across the border. So they already had someone voice act that. Regard to animal who has a heart for Hispanic women. Why do I have a feeling that in an alternate timeline that would have been the entire plotline of Pepe Le Pew, but if Pepe Le Pew was some Texas, the Yankee Texas stereotype, which no one is in real life. Like, I'm an oil baron who's also pro-union. It's like, where are you from? Detroit! So pretty nasty following John Wick. Yeah, because he was one of those guys like Tom Cruise who does the stunts himself. But again, he didn't have to. And I'm sure you've all seen the first Mission Impossible, like that scene when he breaks into the building and the wire almost goes wrong. Like a huge voice actor actually did the Shadow Rum Jimbo. Well, to be fair, he's also a fan of the internet culture, and he also loves There's also Fiverr, you know. Yeah. All right, let's go.
This expedition at least promises success.
Gotta feed everyone if they get hungry. Even if he needs help the most. Yeah, because if you don't know what happened with the first Mission Impossible, when he breaks into the building, there's a famous scene where he almost hits the floor. It's like he's like an inch or two, like 5 centimeters from his face hitting the floor. What happened behind the scenes in that particular scene? They were filming it and they were doing like over like 20 takes, and every single time Tom Cruise, no joke, was hitting the floor head first. Every single time. And the director's like, no. He's like, no, stop it, Tom. You're gonna bust something. He's like, no, I can do this. And the director's like, okay, you get one more take. This is the last take. If it doesn't work, we're gonna have to refilm. We'll figure out how to reshoot the scene. And then what Tom did, he told everyone, give me your coins. And he got all the coins from everyone they had on set in that little part. And they put him in his socks. Because he realized he was going too far forward, so he had something to counterweight it that wasn't too obvious on camera. And so when they dropped it, and this is what the take you do actually see in the movie, they drop him, and he's like, he puts his arms a little bit earlier than he normally would, and he's like, oh, and he'll just stare, and when he stares at the camera, with the directors behind it, and they make the eye contact like, you did it, man. And that long extended take of sounds, everyone just in shock, going like, oh my god, he actually pulled it off. And that's how dedicated people can be to the craft. I'm not saying you gotta let Robert De Niro work for Taxi Driver. The character has his teeth filed out and you gotta file it down. You don't gotta go method like that much. Fuck!
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
But you can. Now, the other paradox, I think, is that a lot of these older trains were like trained for like Broadway, they were trained for vaudeville, trained for
a blazing star is born.
They were trained for the Shakespearean Globe and all that stuff, but it's like you're performing to a camera. So now kids are like, if I'm performing to a camera and we're gonna have close-ups, why do I need to learn how to do drama? It's like learning how to sing opera. Why would you need to learn how to project your voice in front of an entire arena or stadium if you're gonna record on a record and no one's ever gonna see you live? It's a tough thing, you know? Ice can't port shadows too fast? No, ice is part. I say shot part of ice. It's like, if you're gonna get your papers, we're gonna get the right way. Marry me, and you get the green card. Forte on actually researched Greek mythology until Disney told him the sad truth about their version of Hercules. Yeah, it was because it was Disney. It wasn't gonna be Touchstone or other subsidiary like Miramax. Well, I forget if they had Miramax at the time. People are constantly buying the rights to that shit. Ah, fuck. There you go. First of all, the Greek version is still called Hercules. Yeah, the issue with Hercules, the name of it, it's just a Roman thing. Heracles does not sound pleasing to the ear because Hercules is Roman, closer to Latin. Picking Hercules over Heracles is like the same reason when they Romanized Otani Shohei, they put Otani with an OH. Or Neo, Nioh. Or, what's the other one? Sekiro with an H at the end, you know? Like, there's no reason to do that, other than that it's more so you're accustomed in that language. Because Neo, you saw the game Neo, Nio, that's proper, like, Romanization. But Nioh, that looks more like you would see if it was a Western-based word. Or like with names like Kota, where you put Khota when they're, again, it's not Kota, it's Kota. Oh, Jesus. Downward spiral. Imagine reading the referred to for any of Disney's interpretations. We're not using any of that. One time in Heracles was Malcolm McDowell in the Caligula of all things. Seen it with the Roman in some films. Someone was saying the piss when they did that. Attack the killer tomatoes. Tomatoes. Boy. We're gonna get the doggy last. Oh, I need this guy spreading. Fuck. But the Chinese name with Chin is pronounced Chin. Oh, yeah, and then you have Shaolin. Like, do you spell Shaolin with an SH or do you use an X? Shaolin, like Shaolin is Shaolin. It's a bit sharper, but the difference is so negligible that everyone uses SH. All right, let's get the last one of them now. Let's go. Why is my medic in the front? Why is my medic in the front? Get your ass back there. All right, let's go. All right, we're almost done. Almost done. Last one. Make him duck. Almost there, buddy. Fuck.
Dazed, reeling, about to break.
Come on, kill it. Yeah. All right, we did it, and we only lost one person the entire playthrough so far. Or she is pronounced shoot. It depends, like, she's very popular between the Chinese. Yeah, why do that? Yeah, the hardest part with Chinese names is because there's tones, and English has no tones. Like German has the tones, like, you know, gu versus gu, and the umlauts and all that, and all the other things. Like Spanish has a tilde with the n, like ene, enye. English refuses to use accent marks, but if they did, it would make romanization a lot easier. There's a reason why when you learn Chinese, because I've tried before, you have pinyin, because pinyin tells you that the 4 marks to the up, down, curve, flat. So like ma. But in English, you just gotta know the word. You know what I mean? Like that's what we have that mean of like Goti, G-H-O-T-I, is pronounced fish if you just copy the phonics from other words. Automatonophobia? Shit. Shishin Pin means weenie in Japanese. It does. Alright, let's check on my buddies here. And then, alright. Apprentice Necromancer? Shit. I'll lose some amount of time off Accumate. Okay. Alright, let me just get some of these people. Let me get Omni here in the Brussels. Okay. Let's get Delight here. Oh no. No. Forgot she was sick. Shit. I gotta take her to the doctor next round. Alright, let's put Hammer in the freaking Abbey where he can go to the transit. Alright. Everyone I think seems good to go. Sell some goods here. Shift. Right. Let's upgrade the armory or whatever. The blacksmith, there we go. And let's do this.
In the end, every plan relies upon a strong arm and tempered steel.
Alright, we're good in there. Alright, that's gonna be it for... Okay, guys, get your closing thoughts, and that's gonna probably be it. I can't take anyone else in the thing. Like, who else good? Yeah, I would have to let one of these guys go. Like, if they were too crazy, I can let them go and just, like, right-click here. Let's put let go. And then I can grab somebody new. Trey knows Japanese by the name, yep. Was a very big penis. Oh, farewell? No, it's not chin chin. It's thank you. It's xie. X, because I see that when it says XI with the bend, xie, and then the A is kind of up. So xie. But yeah, if you just do it without any accent marks, good luck playing the 4 tones apart. And then you have Cantonese, which, unlike Mandarin's, got 7 tones. Like with Japanese, at least it's just where you put the heavy accent, and once the accent drops, you don't raise it back up. That's an unspoken rule they don't teach you, but smart. All right, I'll put you in the goddamn sanitarium. Wait, Abby. Yeah, I think we're good for now. Got to cheap cold turkey this weekend, 3 streams in a row. Lol. Yeah, I had today off, so I thought, figure why not. I'd like to stream more if I could, but you know, that's just how it is. The cast rest you guys in VC. But for everyone else, this is Shimo signing off. If you like more of this, let me know in the comments below. I'll also put a community poll up in a couple of days. But this is Shimo the Birb signing off. Take care and raise those fucking horns, and I'll catch you this weekend.